So welcome to the class, and in this we are going to do the functions of the central bank. Now the central bank, let's learn it up like this. Glib C. So what is G? G is governments, banker, agent, BAA. Banker of the government, agent of the government, and advisor of the government. Okay, L, lender of the last resort to the commercial banks. I, issue of currency. B, banker to the banks. Then C, custodian of foreign reserves, foreign exchange reserves. Then another C is clearinghouse function, and the most important is the credit control function, which I will do in the next class. And in this we are going to briefly discuss each of these. So have a look. So glib C we will do according to how I've written. So we're going to just talk a little about that. So yes, G. So central bank everywhere in the world acts as a banker, agent and advisor to the government. So how does it act as a banker? It manages the banking accounts of the government departments. It performs the same banking function for the government as commercial banks perform for its customers. It accepts deposits and makes payment for the government. And then it also gives short-term loans to the government. Now talking about agent of the government, so what does it do? As an agent to the government, it buys and sells securities, treasury bills on behalf of the government. And another important thing it does as an agent is it manages public debt. Now, to the government, it acts even as an advisor. So, central bank gives advice to the government on economic and financial matters such as deficit financing, devaluation of currency, foreign trade policy, foreign exchange policy. So these are some of the functions as a banker to the government. Now we come to G. This is G. Then let's come to L. L is lender of the last resort. The central bank acts as a lender of the last resort to the commercial banks. Like for example, when a commercial bank fails to meet the obligation of its depositors from all its sources, it can finally, now be careful of the word finally, it can finally approach the central bank. The central bank comes to its rescue and gives loan. That is why the central bank is called the lender of the last resort. Central bank gives loans to these banks against their securities and bills of exchange. However, the commercial banks are supposed to approach other sources first, like from the call money market. That's a separate topic itself. So from the call money market, and should then only approach the central bank. That is why the name central bank is called the lender of the last resort. Now I. What is I? Issue of currency. The central bank enjoys the sole legal right to issue currency notes. That is why it's called bank of issue. The currency so created is called high-powered money. These notes circulate throughout the country as legal tender money. Like any other central bank, the Reserve Bank has the sole right to issue currency notes. So following are the main reasons for giving the monopoly right of note issue to the central bank. First, it brings about uniformity in note circulation. Second, it is easier to control credit when there is a single agency of note issue. And third, it keeps the public faith in the paper currency. And fourth, it helps in the stabilization of the internal and external value of money. So that is why it's very important that only one bank manages the currency, issue of currency. So then we come to GLI. I is done. Now B. What is B? Banker to the banks. It's a banker to all the commercial banks. The central bank has the same relationship with the commercial banks as the latter has with the general public. Commercial banks are required to keep a part of their deposits with the central bank in the form of cash. The central bank is a custodian of the cash reserves of the commercial banks. Then the central bank uses these reserves to meet the cash requirement of individual commercial banks. And third, the commercial bank supervises, regulates, and controls the commercial banks. The supervision of banks may be related to their licensing, to their branch expansion, to management, to amalgamation, that is merging of banks, and also liquidation, that is winding up of banks. So we have finished with GLIB, GLIB. Now let's take the three C's. So one is, first C we can take is custodian of nation's foreign exchange reserve. The central bank is a custodian of nation's foreign exchange reserves. It maintains foreign exchange reserves in order to promote international trade and stabilize exchange rates. So that is one. And two, we have clearinghouse function. This is very interesting. As a custodian of the cash reserves of the commercial banks, the central banks acts as a clearinghouse for these banks. Since all banks have their accounts with the central bank can easily settle the claims of various banks against each other simply by book entries of transfers from and to their accounts. This method of settling accounts is called clearinghouse function of the central bank. Now the significance of this function is that it economizes the use of money in the banking operations. And then last but not the least, we have the controller of credit function of the central bank, which comes in handy when the country is in the midst of inflation or deflation. It has the sole right of controlling the money supply in the economy. So the next is we are going to do credit control by the central bank.